Florida in last month for a family reunion because my grandparents live in Florida, and I think Jerry Seinfeld said it's like if you reach a certain age you have to move to Florida, it's the law. So that's why I went. And so I wrote this about my family who I was with. So here you go. Oranges are engraved onto license plates. Crickets are having conversations at 12 a.m., jumping from each blade of grass to another, from each screen door to the next, while these walking anatomies are trying to sleep, but frankly, they just don't care. The daylight that wraps itself around my chest and greets me during these winter days are the same of the Canadian summer. The orchestra is playing a complex ensemble, and its conductor has a thunderous passion that takes no intermission, and it coordinates each musician to make sure my ear can perceive each noise. My aunt asked me if I was scared of this rumbling music, and I told her, why would I ever be scared of rain? She was scared, and she's lived here for 15 years. But the musicians can still make the townspeople dumbfounded. This alligator behind my grandparents' house has been in a praying state for 2 hours. Honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't walked into the house to eat the aromatic herbs my grandma is cooking with her famous 1950s problem-solving hands. The bungalows, hammocks, and patriotic flags are part of the basic architecture that each neighborhood, each street, and each home must have. My grandpa is finding things to put away, even if they've already been put away. Jala is playing Sudoku, the paper version. My brother is walking from room to room, having his regular 48-hour existential analysis on his life. Who might have stopped my brother to have a philosophical, psychological, and physiochemical conversation? Paula is working while intermittently finding time to kiss my cheek. She's been doing this for 16 years and says she will do it for another 84. My grandma glances at the garage door where I'm standing with her square glasses as she hems my dress. Jeff is memorizing his lines for his next acting group production. My mom's head is buried in her purse that she's been cleaning for a year. And Anna is talking to me about poetry and movies and her small view of the world, where I gaze and I can see my childhood, my upbringing, my girlhood, and the people who loved me most in this world. The people who took a screwdriver and a hammer and constructed a home for me, who decorated it with reinforcement and amusement, who painted and laminated the walls with opportunity and the knowledge of hardship. And I'd ask you, how'd you expect me to live a life with no struggle? And you would turn your head and raise your shoulders and you'd make sure to tell me, you'll struggle. Of course you'll struggle, but you will not struggle as much as we struggled. It was a silent song that I always knew throughout my childhood. No one ever sung it to me, but somehow I knew all the words. When I'm older, I'll miss the home you made for me, filled with the way you said, you should come here and become our girl. With your favorite question, here or Canada? With your, what are you thinking about? With your damn belly rolls, impressions, and impromptu dancing. With your fat kisses. With your double eye blinks. With your quick, effortless knowledge. With your daily TED Talk inspiration summary. With your poetry conversations that cannot in any ethereal way seize us from examining the world, slowly but surely. I wish a heart had 9 curves, so I could hold it with a curve for each of you. And I'm scared for the future because there will be too many funerals for me to attend. But I hope that the future comes as slow as the end of the world. 5 billion years till the sun reaches the earth. They say, time flies when you're having fun. Time stops when you're in love. Time slows down when you're in a trigonometry lesson. They always say, short and sweet, bittersweet, sweet and savory. All these ways that ruin the sweetness in our life. But I take a pledge to long and sweet, congenial and sweet, sweet and mild. I wish that was the part of the home you built for me. So I guess I'll build that for my children, even though I'll fail because life is nothing but short and sweet. At least I'll get to tell them my hardship, different from yours that harrowed into your life in a frigid and shattering manner, but just as agonizing. My hardship was not getting to spend enough time with you.
No.
all of you. Thank you.